trust them. I've trusted them with my life.
I don't know if I would be here today without all of their help and their support.
They were out of this world fabulous.
They treated me like I was a guest more than a patient.
The caregivers really are the true rock stars, aren't they?
Every patient deserves and should have the care that I'm getting at Suma.
I'm cancer-free because of them.
With every patient, every day, Suma Health delivers personal, life-changing care.
We have Akron here with head coach Jared Embeck, student athletes Sam Gainford and Stuart Holt-Houston. Coach Embeck will begin with an opening statement. Then we will begin with questions for the student athletes first, followed by questions for coach. And a reminder, when asking questions, please identify yourself with name and affiliation. Coach, go ahead.
Congratulations to Stanford. I thought they played very well tonight. And, as hard as it is to say, they were the better team. They came out real aggressive. I think they kind of just, punched us in the mouth there early, and we didn't respond, until halftime. But we were down a goal, and I thought beginning of the second half, to the middle, we had a period there where we had a little bit of momentum, almost tied it up. We couldn't get through it. So once they dodged that momentum, they put us away, and, credit to them for a well-played match.
Thank you, Coach. We will now take questions for the student athletes. Please raise your hand, and we will bring the mic over to you.
Marla Ridenour, Akron Beacon Journal. For either one of you two, did you think you guys lacked energy at the start, or why do you think the attack wasn't there at the beginning?
Sam, why don't you take that one?
To be honest, I don't know what it was. We just couldn't get our game going until the second half, and by then we obviously dug ourselves in a hole, and we just couldn't get out of it. It was too little, too late, I think.
Jonathan Tannenwald from the Philadelphia Inquirer. Stuart, when their goalkeeper made that double save, how much of a momentum moment do you think that was?
Yeah, I think at that time we kind of were pushing hard, and actually credit to him, he made some massive plays for them, because if we would have scored that, I think maybe we could have gone on and used that momentum to really go on and push to get the winner. But he did really well, pulled something out of the bag, and that was our really best chance of the match, and he stopped it. So it's unfortunate for us, but that we couldn't capitalize on it.
Travis Clark from Top Drawer Soccer. Coach, did Stanford do anything?
Questions for student athlete right now.
I'm sorry.
Questions for Coach soon.
Sam or Stuart, either one, you can take this. What was it like trying to build out to try to get the attack going against Stanford's press, especially during that opening 20 minutes where I feel like that you guys didn't see a lot of the ball?
Stuart, go ahead.
Okay. We kind of knew they were going to come out and press us really hard. We did have a game plan for that, but I think it rattled us a lot. I think they do that to a lot of teams, and we're scared to get the ball in really good spots after that. So it's a really good ploy from them. It seems to work a lot, but we didn't deal with it well. I think that was the real issue.
Matt McLean, Philly Soccer Page. Sam and Stuart, they played a pretty physical game. Was that something you expected, and do you think it kind of maybe threw you off a bit in the beginning?
Sam, go ahead.
Yeah, obviously they're a very tough team. They're good at what they do. They're in the final half for the third year in a row, and we knew that's what their strength is, and we just didn't deal with it well at all.
Right here.
For either one, you guys you did sort of get over a lot of hurdles this year, coming from behind, penalty kick thing. Do you feel like, I don't know, I want to say proud, but what do you think, just, how do you feel about the way the season went?
Stuart, go ahead.
Yeah, we're really happy. It's a bit unfortunate the way it ended, but I definitely, when we look back, it's something to be proud of, getting here again like we did in 2015. Coming from behind a few games, some penalty kicks, so we dug deep some games. We couldn't do it today, but yeah, looking back, it's definitely something that we could be proud of.
Brian Fonseca from the Philly Inquirer. Given the fact that you guys also lost at this stage 2 years ago to Stanford, does that make it any more frustrating given that it's the same opponent this season?
Sam, go ahead.
Yeah, it does. Obviously, it really hurts. We thought we knew this was an opportunity to put that right from 2 years ago, and obviously it didn't go as planned, and the same result. So it hurts a lot right now.
Any more questions for the student athletes? Okay, we'll dismiss the student athletes and take questions for Coach. Okay, questions for Coach.
Jonathan Tannenwald from the Philadelphia Inquirer. How much of a handful was Langsdorff tonight for you guys?
It seemed like everybody was a handful tonight. They just came and were aggressive. And I think, with Langsdorff on the counter, if you turn the ball over in some of the spots we turned it over, that's what he preys on. And, we didn't make him play a game he didn't want to play. So for that reason, we let him do what he wanted to do.
Travis Clark, Top Pro Soccer. Coach, did Stanford do anything that surprised you guys, or was it just their level of intensity they brought right from the opening whistle that kind of caught your guys off guard?
Yeah, I think we knew it. I think if you remember, early, we had a sequence where we played through them and got it. I think the turning point was maybe when Sky lost the ball in back of midfield and they got the quick chance. That our keeper made a good save. Before that moment, I thought we were trying to play, and it was close to us breaking through. After that, it looked like it kind of hit us, and then we had a couple more. We knew that was coming, but at some stage, you got to try and take it to them. And we had guys in good positions. We passed poorly. We didn't execute, and it's one or the other. Either you can be really conservative and make a boring game, or you can try and play our game, and that's what we tried to do, but it just didn't happen the way we needed it to.
I just wonder what you thought about that back-to-back stop thing. Would you say how key was that?
Yeah, that was the moment that we had, the momentum and the chance to get back in the game, and I do think it's a key one. I think we could have really rose to the occasion at that moment, and who knows what would have happened. I think when it didn't go through, we kind of had a lull, and then they started to get a little bit back into the game. But that's what happens. Our keeper made a couple saves in the first half to keep us in it. We needed to make those plays against Stanford, and we didn't make them. Not only in front of goal, but in midfield with our passing, in the back with our passing. In transition. That was the key.
Any other questions?
Thanks. You mentioned that early chance they got when Sky lost that ball in the back. When you play the kind of style you do, you try to build from the back. Is that kind of something you, I guess, product of that style of play that you kind of risk losing the ball deep in your own half?
Yeah, if you're going to build out of the back, that's always the risk against teams that press. That you may give up some chances, and for the most part this year, you look at our goals against, we've rarely done it. I think it was 8 restart goals, out of our 12 going into the game, or that in a PK. So for all the minutes we played, we've made very few of those mistakes. Today, just didn't, it looked like he got it caught under his foot, and I just think that kind of, freezes you. When you're a young kid, sometimes you think of the occasion rather than sticking to your process and what you do and trusting it, and I think that's kind of what happened in that moment. But we knew that was the risk, and if we would have won, I think the advantage we would have played well through that moment, and we didn't. So.
Okay, last question.
Matt Ralph, Brotherly Game. You had a pretty lively fan support. What can you say about the folks who made the trip out for the team?
Our fans are awesome. They're loyal. They really put expectations on us that bring us better. You know, they love our style of play. You know, they understand who we are and what we're about, and you know, it's just an honor to be the coach for those fans and these players and this university. I'm truly happy every day coaching, and those guys inspire me to continue to push and make us the best program we can be.